Welcome to another edition of Our City. As we leave February, African American History Month, we move into March, Women's History Month, and a few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week is from Wednesday, March 1st to Friday, March 3rd. I'm going to attend the U.S. Conference of Mayors meeting where we're going to talk about issues that affect mayors throughout the country, and one of them is the proposed $1 trillion infrastructure investment from the president. So hopefully that happens and the money can flow to the cities where projects can get done. And on Monday, March 6th at 5 o'clock, I'm going to attend a Women's History Month celebration. Councilwoman Patricia Perkins Auguste has been a main mover in this for many, many years. It's going to be held at Dolce Restaurant, located at 17 Broad Street in the city of Elizabeth. So if you need more information concerning these events or any other events, please call our Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. Please stay with us after a brief message.
Sometimes you learn by helping others learn. Kane University.
Welcome back to Our City, where I'm pleased to be joined on this week's show by Miss Joanne Oppelt, who is the Assistant Executive Director and Business Development for Community Access Unlimited. Joanne, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us a little about yourself. First of all, how long you've been with Community Access? Where do you hail from? What's
Well, I've been with Community Access for 10 years, but not for the last 5. I was there from 2002 to 2011 as their development director. I left to become an executive director of a small suicide prevention agency, and now I'm back.
Okay, and are you a Jersey girl?
No, actually, I was born in Connecticut. I'm a Navy brat.
Oh, you are? So you bounced around as a kid?
I bounced around through all the Navy bases.
You did?
Yes.
What was that like growing up?
Let's just say that I learned to make really good relationships, and I get the itches after 2 years and after 5 years and after 7 years to make major changes.
So even as an adult, you see that in your works thing,
yes.
you kind of wanted to move on and do. So do you still have any friends from bouncing around as a kid way back then?
Oh, just from high school.
Just, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it had to be hard to maintain all that, but
yeah.
That's pretty good. So Community Access, you were there for 10 years. You've been there for 5. I know the history of Community Access, but maybe you can share your history or the history of Community Access in relation to your history through the years of your employment there.
Well, one of the things that really impresses me about Community Access is the strict adherence to mission. And our name says it all, Community Access Unlimited. We want community access for all, both on the individual level and at the organizational level. And I think really in the past 5 years, the biggest difference that I have seen is going from being primarily Union County based to statewide, offering statewide services, and B, to really being able to capitalize on community integration and community partnerships on an organizational level that we've been able to do.
So talk about that community integration, because the original name of Community Access was the Association for the Advancement of the Mentally Handicapped, and then it changed into Community Access. And that integration, I'm sure you run into some not only impediments legally, but impediments in society. How do you overcome some of that stuff?
Well, what we do, the first thing that it's not the first, we provide comprehensive services to people with all kinds of disabilities. It doesn't matter if it's developmental or if it's physical or if it's mental or emotional. We really serve the gamut, and we go from mild to severe. So we look at our housing strategy, for example, which is a scattered site approach, so that we will buy 1 or 2 or have a person with disabilities in 1 or 2 condos in a 20-unit condo association, or 1 house in a neighborhood, so that we really integrate with the community. We also have network with the Union County Interfaith Coordinating Council to really integrate people into into the faith communities, which is often overlooked for people with developmental disabilities and other people with physical disabilities, really, who have transportation issues and things like that at getting places. We do a lot of advocacy in terms of parks and sidewalks and just kind of the physical aspects of how easy it is to get around a community in development as having a disability. And we also do like plays. The CAU Community Players was established in 2012, and we draw from a regional, several county area for actors and musicians to participate in that, and there are people with disabilities and people without.
So tell us about, how do you find the clients that you service? Do they knock on your door? I mean, it's not like CAU is out there advertising in newspapers or things like that. So how do they find you through word of mouth or social service agencies?
They do. We serve people who both have Medicaid and who are on state rolls. The state is going from a prospective contract-based payment system to a fee-for-service payment system, where people will have more choice in who their providers are and what services they're getting. So we've been gearing up for the last 2-3 years in terms of really becoming a known entity in Elizabeth and Union County and statewide for people with any kind of disability. There's also a significant number of people with disabilities who do not qualify for state programs or do not qualify for Medicaid. We're also open to those people and members of their family as well.
So tell us about a few things that are currently going on at Community Access.
Oh gosh, there's so much going on at Community Access.
There is, but we want to hear it from you.
So in March, we're having a CAU Community Network meeting where twice a year we get together in the spring and the fall. A large part of our business community and the community partners that we do business with and who donate to us and who have other types of partnerships with us. I'm sure you've been to one or two of them in the past couple years. We just got done with singles night because we celebrate relationships. If you're in a relationship or if you're not in a relationship, we will have couples night in March. We just had a big Valentine's Day party. Our play will be produced in June. We have a nice alliance with we have the space now because we just built a new building to do the auditorium and to do the practices at our site in Elizabeth, and then have a relationship with the Springfield High School to produce on their page, and that's coming up in June.
So who coordinates all that, Joanne? Does that fall on your shoulders, or is it a team effort to coordinate?
It really is a team effort, and that's one thing that I really appreciate about Community Access too, is that we do work together as a team, and it's wonderful to see for such a large organization how on the ground it is and how much team building and teamwork there is.
And you talked about the plays a moment ago.
Yes.
Do you get involved in that aspect of it, or are you just a watcher like somebody like me?
I'm just a watcher.
Okay.
But I'll send you an invitation.
Okay, do that, please. How many total members of the community does Community Access serve?
Statewide, about 8,000.
That many?
Yes.
That's not all with living quarters. That's also other advocacy issues, correct?
Correct. Those are in-home. We can go into a home and support somebody in their home. That's respite care, that's elder care, that's child, I don't want to say child care, but serving children who have disabilities as well.
So tell the viewers about what type of the support programs and services you do. Like, what is elder care? Do you actually go there? Do you sit with the person? What do you exactly do during elder care or child care? Tell our viewers what you do.
Well, one of the newer initiatives that we have is a healthcare service firm. It was accredited by the Board of Nursing and by the healthcare body, I forgot the name of it, in August. And we offer home health aid services through, and we do things like care management or behavior management, dementia, Alzheimer's care, respite care for caregivers who need a break, errands, transportation to medical appointments, those sorts of things. And we can do it for a short period of time, like after you're adjusting from a hospitalization, to a longer period of time if you have an elder or an older person in your community with dementia. We can also, because we run a property firm, can also do auxiliary services like yard work or snow removal or home repair, which we have a demand for as well. And in addition to that, we run a home health aid certification training program where we certify people in the community to go out and be home health aides.
So you actually certify other clients that you're working with to be the health aid people?
Or to get competitive employment with someone other than us, yes.
And how does that work? How does that go? I mean, not everybody is fit for doing that, right? So do you got to tell people no? You know, I'm talking about your clients.
The home health aid training people? Right. Yeah, there's a week-long training program, and that pretty much weeds people out if it's for them or not for them. But that's something that we do.
So let's talk about a new program or some new program or service that Community Access is starting to offer now.
Well, the healthcare service firm is one of them, and the home health aid training program. We're also doing a lot with the play, which we have been doing since 2012. Aladdin's coming up. We're doing Aladdin Junior this year in June. We're on the roll with, because we're always growing, we're always looking for people to join our family, so to speak, both in terms of people that we serve, in terms of staff, in terms of community partners, in terms of donors, in terms of business services.
So providing members, we hear this term a lot, quality of life.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the definition, or how do you reach the quality of life benefits? How do you know that you're really helping some folks?
Well, we survey our clients, and we ask our clients, and we have a quality assurance process in place to make sure that we're doing that. But we really look at the comprehensive-ness of what we're doing. So we do a lot of social activities, and we have recreation program. That's why we're involved in the Interfaith Council as well, so that we can get on faith communities. But we have, as far as our rec program goes, anything between a night out with a small group of people to overnight vacations to the Bahamas.
You get to go on those?
No. Unfortunately, that's not my pay grade.
You miss out on those, huh?
I wish.
You get to go to the plays and
I get to go to the plays.
recreational events, right?
Yes.
But you miss out on the Bahamas trip. Anything we can do to put a good word in for you for that, for the future? Let me know. We're going to take a break and come back. Please stay with us after these messages. We're going to come back and talk more, Joanne, about Community Access and the services they offer, not only for the residents of our city, but our county and state as well.
We're an American original, dependable, historic, nuanced, with all the comforts of home, even when you're just visiting. So we're celebrating for all that we've left untouched and all that we've changed. A place where the past meets the future. So consider this your invitation.
We've been celebrating here in Elizabeth for 350 years, and we're just getting started. Welcome back to our city, where I'm pleased to be joined by Joanne Oppelt from Community Access. And Joanne, the members and their successes, sometimes everybody wants a pat on the back. You want to celebrate successes. How does Community Access celebrate success with their base clients?
Well, we do it informally through our process. We have formal recognition as well. In April, we hold Awards Night, which is a celebration of the accomplishments of our community partners, our staff, and our members as well. And then May and June, we hold a youth achievement night for the youth that we work with who are transitioning out of foster care, and a performance recognition night for people who have developmental disabilities. And of course, and I know you've been here to our gala as well, where we recognize, the best of the best.
That's kind of a change. The fair is no longer open.
I know.
That's where it was for years.
I know.
They changed the layout of that place. So the members, when we celebrate their success, and at least the events I've been at, I rarely see happier people.
Yes.
They're excited.
They are excited, they're happy, they're involved, they love it when you come. They love meeting the legislators in their area, and the mayors and the councilmen and freeholders and all of the people that make government work. They like hearing about legislative issues. We do a lot, and we want to thank you for your work in terms of explaining voting rights and legislation that comes up.
Well, and oftentimes people on the fringe of society are ignored by elected officials.
Yes.
Unfortunately so, but Community Access has always done a good job of encouraging the members to be part of the political process, however.
Yes.
That's a real strength to the organization, and also a strength to the people, because when I go, they're asking you questions about neighborhood issues, so they're in tune.
Yes.
For lack of a better choice of words. So I want to go back to those plays and for a moment, the recreational events that you have for members. How many do you have a year? Just one play?
We have one play a year.
Okay.
We've done in past years. We've done Shrek Jr. or Seussical Jr. This year we're doing Aladdin Jr. So we're expecting a big turnout because that's quite a popular play. We do auditions in January.
Should Blanchard audition for any of this stuff?
I wish.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him on stage.
That'd be interesting.
I'd love to see him with some of the Seussical makeup.
So the CAU community players and the theater production, they come together for this?
The CAU community players are the members who are involved in the community production. So we do auditions in January, and then we hold rehearsals from January to June, and the play is produced and performed in June in Springfield.
Joanne, I'm also told that you have a school now, Community Access. Tell us about that.
Yes, the Academy for Continuing Education. It's actually housed in Cranford. It's meant for people who want to continue their education beyond high school or who want to refresh their skills. So you can get classes such as math or creative writing or reading, as well as courses in career opportunities or computer programming or financial literacy of some sort. And people can take as many or as few classes as they want. And it's a really good alternative for people with disabilities who often go into day programs because it gives them a choice as to how they're going to spend their day.
Where are those classes held, Joanne?
In Cranford. I'm not quite sure of the address.
Okay. And is there a fee for those, for the
Yes.
members? There is. The members pay a fee to go to these classes.
Yes.
And you talked about the Interfaith Council.
Yes.
So do they have a day of prayer, or do they have services?
They do.
Is it just one day a year? Tell us more about what they do on a daily basis or weekly.
A Union County Interfaith Coordinating Council. It's comprised of a lot of the faith communities in Union County and a lot of the nonprofits in Union County. In October, they hold a day of prayer, and they hold planning meetings throughout the year to get ready for that day of prayer. I think last year they had 600 people attend that, and they have Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, all sorts of faith communities are involved in that. What it does is it really is a clearinghouse for services, for governmental services and nonprofit services that are available to people in the community, so that the churches are more informed and can form their congregants. Our faith communities, they're not all churches. And also a way to integrate marginalized people of all types, because often Muslims or Sikhs are marginalized as well, and really make a sense of community, again, emphasize our community integration.
Does Community Access work with other nonprofits in the area? And if they do, tell us about some of them.
We do. We just had a seminar on surviving fee-for-service that where nonprofits were invited to get information on the changes, the financial changes that are coming up, the payment changes at the state level, and some of the steps that they need to take to really survive that. We are involved with the Union County Nonprofit Consortium. It is a group of executive directors who every year plan a conference to really try and enhance the organizational capacity of other nonprofits in the area. We also are involved with the Union County Youth Service Network, and that culminates in a conference, I think it's September or October of every year, where over 200 professionals come, and there's over 50 youth organizations from throughout Union County, and the purpose there is to really see where the gaps in services are for our youth, to talk about that and to see what can be done about that.
So the nonprofits, would you also call them community partners, or you have something outside the nonprofits called community partners as well?
Well, they are part of our community partners.
The same thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
nonprofits and the business community as well.
The headquarters, by the way, to me is impressive.
Thank
and
you.
I was just there for the ribbon cutting, a little more than a month back. Tell us about the new building, because I find the effort there fantastic.
Well, it's a state-of-the-art 5-story building. The staff offices are on floors 3 through 5. It's got state-of-the-art visuals. It's complete with an auditorium, cafeteria, overflow rooms. It can seat, probably with auditorium, it has a stage between 400 and 450 people, railroad style. It can be subdivided into other rooms, but the purpose really was to create a central place where other people in the community or other organizations in the community can use that space when they need larger meeting space, as well as for our own purposes, for awards night and singles night and all of the other things that we do.
And tell us that headquarters is fantastic. How many people are employed by Community Access, not only there, but throughout the region?
We employ about 1,200 people.
Really?
Really, and we're always looking for new staff. We have full and part-time opportunities at all shifts. We have opportunities from a direct care worker to an RN, to a accounting person, to a person who does management, assistant directors and directors and things like that. We're always looking for community partners in terms of business services and people who want to do business with us. We're always looking for donors. We're always looking for members who are in need of our services.
And does everybody pitch in on all that effort?
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
It's not a one-person operation. Everybody's kind of saying, hey, if you need help, let me know, I'll do it.
Well, what we believe in, again, is community access for all. And I guess I started with saying that we do that at the organizational level as well as at the individual level. And really what I mean is that by partnering from organization to organization, whether you're a nonprofit or nonprofit in business, you really extend the family and you really expand the mission. And it's not only us doing what we do, but it's the whole community getting involved.
So what kind of positions are you hiring for right now? You mentioned in generalities, but are there specific positions that...
Registered nurses, licensed professional nurses, or practical nurses. We always are in need of direct care workers, especially overnight shifts. Those are the two biggest needs that we have right now.
Joanne, why would you need overnight shifts? Do they stay in the units with the folks?
Yes.
Okay.
For people who need 24/7 care.
Okay, and so there'll be somebody actually in the unit and take care of these folks?
Yes.
Okay. And how do people contact Community Access?
Well, our website is www.cauNJ.org, or you can call us at 908-354-3040.
And Joanne, the Community Access, where do you see the future of Community Access going? Because we know that Sid started this in the back of his Volkswagen, You know that story, right?
Uh-huh.
Everybody knows that story. And it's grown to, you said, 1,200 employees.
1,200 employees.
And 8,000 clients statewide.
Yes.
Are there any clients outside of the state, or strictly New Jersey operation?
We have a representative payee program where we have been designated as an organization by the Social Security Administration to manage someone's Social Security benefits and the bureaucracy basically that goes around that. And we have just started trying to infiltrate the Manhattan area.
So if you can, you do clients in Manhattan as well, and the headquarters will be in New Jersey.
Yes.
And Community Access is a fascinating organization. Is there room for growth in New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the growth would occur in the community access for people living in houses, or the growth would occur in an advocacy level, or both?
It would occur at the advocacy level. It would occur at the support level, probably in-home supports in some of the further counties away in New Jersey, because there are a lot of people, probably 100,000 people in New Jersey who have disabilities, who don't have the care or who don't qualify for state programs. And those people need services, and we want people to know that we're out there.
So Barbara, what's the best part of your job?
Oh, I love my job. Being with you.
Oh,
doing
you're
this.
so kind. You're so kind, Barbara. No, but you're a Navy brat, you said. So, and you worked there for 10 years and left for 5 and came back.
Yes.
So what made you come back? There had to be something to draw you back here.
What floats my boat is building, creating relationships, negotiating, all of those types of words. And when I was at Caring Contact, it was in trouble, and I turned it around, and there wasn't as much building and creating as there was operations. And I came back to Community Access. They're always growing. So I really get to put my skills to use in something that I just love to do.
So this is more exciting for you than dealing. Suicide prevention must be hard.
Oh, it is, and it was. I'm glad that I had that experience. I've learned a lot, and I loved my job there. It's just that when Sid approached me about this job, I couldn't refuse it.
Well, Joanne, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show this evening, and appreciate all of your insight to Community Access, as well as the hard work in your ability to make housing and advocacy available to those that some may be on the fringe of society. Thank you.
Thank you.
For Joanne Oppelt, Community Access Unlimited here, headquartered in the city of Elizabeth, I'm Chris Bolwage. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.
Offering everything you could want from college, including a life. Kane University.